This is Ann Augherton, Managing Editor of the Arlington Catholic Herald, with this week's podcast. We've got Anna Harvey, staff writer, with us today. She's going to tell us more about Ladies' Night at Nats Park last week. But first this. We're in the season of creation. It's 5+ weeks of activities and prayer, culminating with the October 4th Feast of St. Francis of Assisi. Diocesan parishes are finding ways to respond to Pope Francis's call for the care of creation. 5 new diocesan sites will get solar over the next year. This on top of 4 parishes already outfitted with solar panels. Diocesan officials estimate that the solar at all 9 facilities will provide enough electricity to power 200 homes for a year. Other initiatives include parish gardens. Some are encouraging use of reusable plastic water bottles, and a Vienna school is trying to eliminate car idling at pickup time. We have complete coverage of Pope Francis's trip to Mongolia. There he encouraged the nation's tiny Catholic population to grow in faith and charity. He also reassured the government that it has nothing to fear from the Catholic missionaries who arrived in the country in 1992. We've also got a backgrounder on indulgences in this week's issue. Anna Harvey did a bit of research to explain the difference between a partial and a plenary indulgence. Anna, tell us a little bit about that.
Yes, so often today I feel as though there's a lot of misunderstanding as to what an indulgence is. Sometimes we think of the historic term, or sometimes it just seems like something very vague in church history that we just don't know about. But the difference between partial and plenary indulgences depends on what certain prayers you say or what sacraments you receive. Plenary indulgences involve going to confession, going to Mass, and then doing a specific action, such as visiting a pilgrimage or doing a certain kind of prayer. It's a beautiful way to grow in holiness.
That's great. So it's a great backgrounder for folks and a primer, really, for those that don't understand the difference between the two indulgences. So it's a great piece. Check it out, folks. Okay, Anna, let's chat about one of your more fun assignments lately. You headed down to Nats Park last week for Ladies' Night. But on this game night, women religious from the diocese were in the stadium. Tell us about that.
Yes, so Trevor Williams, who is a pitcher for the Nationals and is also a parishioner at St. John the Beloved in McLean, invited the religious sisters to Ladies' Night. And when I asked him about this, he said that they immediately came to mind. And he thought, like, what better way to get the ladies out to Nats Park and to have, fans meet religious sisters. And so he invited them to an on-field batting practice.
Great.
And they had free tickets and they had some free food, and it was a great experience overall. It was a little bit of an adventure along the way because the sisters unfortunately got caught in traffic on the Beltway. And so they unfortunately missed the batting practice. But Trevor Williams was still determined to meet them. So once the sisters arrived, 5 minutes before the game, Trevor Williams called them down to the baseball diamond, and they still got to go on the field and meet him and see some of the other baseball players milling around. And overall, it was just a wonderful experience for the sisters. Another unexpected benefit was just the way the sisters interacted with the baseball fans. At one point, a gentleman came up to the sisters and joked, "Please pray for me that I put God above baseball." And they received some other kind-hearted comments like those. It was just a very good way of evangelization that I wasn't really expecting to see, but it was also wonderful.
Oh, that's great that you were there to capture it for our readers. And you said Trevor had some really interesting things to say about his Catholic faith and baseball.
That's right. And he said that evangelizing in a baseball career can come about in many different ways. He has a few Catholic-themed tattoos, if you've seen him in photographs. But he also told the sisters that as long as I keep playing, Catholicism is going to be the front and center of my career. He said, I'm playing for a purpose, whatever that purpose may be. And over time, he came to realize that purpose is for the glory of God and to honor the talents that God has given him in baseball.
Great.
He also said that we can do that in many ways, with winning with grace and losing with grace and interacting with other players from different teams, just to do these little things to show that Catholicism is alive and well, not just in the D.C. area or in the Virginia area, but around the league.
That's great. Well, thanks so much for giving us the backstory to that assignment, and folks can see your great photos and read your story in this week's issue. Also, look for our special youth and college special issue September 21st. Never miss a story. Start your subscription to the Catholic Herald today. Give us a call at 1-800 888-377-0511 or email us at circulation@catholicherald.com. That's all for this week. Thanks for listening, and thanks, Anna, for joining us.
Thank you, Anne.